We'll move to question 3, which is sort of we sort of call it the crystal ball question. We ask it at each webinar. When you look to the future, what positive impacts do you see for family care, as a result of going through COVID and everything that's going on in our world? And let's see, who we're going to have. Debra, you're going to kick that one off.
Yeah, I actually am really hopeful. I mean, I feel like one of the tiny silver linings of the COVID crisis is this recognition of the incredible value, the importance of care and how it underlies everything our state does. It underlies our economy, but also, is critically important to our families. And so I'm actually really hopeful that, coming out of COVID, we've had new ways of, obviously, again, sort of situating care workers as essential, thinking about what that means in terms of paying them what they deserve, but also just in terms of thinking about the systems that we need to build to make sure that when as we're going forward, we have these safety nets in place as it relates to care going forward. And so I'm hopeful going into the next legislative session that we're going to be able to make progress on all of the issues that we've been talking about today. If you're interested in joining in that fight, I think sometimes it helps to feel like in your moment, if you can be fighting for something bigger and something that's going to help lots of people, sometimes that helps as well to deal with some of the feelings of frustration in the moment. So if you're interested in joining that, I'm sure we'll be able to send you some links to some ways that you can get involved in moving on the systems level on all of the issues we're talking about today. So we'll drop it there.
Great, thanks, Debra. How about you, Nancy? What do you see positive impacts for the future?
So, Worthington is a town of 14,000 people. We have a high population of immigration here. But one thing I would like to see is that, Worthington is in need of childcare, especially for newborns. I mean, in all ages, but I've known people who have put their names on a waiting list like 2 years, within 2 years of, of time before they even have their child. I'm like, what? Like, how is that? People really have to, some people plan their children, of course, and some people, don't, but just having to put your name on the waiting list is just crazy to me. But and hope that Worthington is aware that, we do need childcare, but, just to take action, better action than what they have now, and, just for this community to just realize, we do need to be united. And, I wish every employer had a childcare in their facility, which that would be great. But so yeah, so I mean, and people to know like self-care is really important.
That's great. Thanks, Nancy. How about you, Mary?
I was sitting there nodding at Nancy when she was saying people on wait lists for, it's really hard, Nancy, for all of us to see people on wait lists and not getting care. I think it's kind of like a chicken and the egg thing right now, is that we need workforce to be trained and paid what they, a livable wage and then some. And then also, like Debra was talking about, the infrastructure of the child care and in aging care systems, so that can be possible without having families already paying even more than what they're paying on their pockets. I mean, we have systems like scholarships for parent to wear programs and childcare assistance, but that just doesn't cut it. And I just think that a lot of things have to happen at the same time in order for this to move forward. And we can't preach that childcare and aging care caregivers are essential without paying them. DEED has studies right now that like in Detroit Lakes High School, the academy model is they're encouraging high demand, high skill, high wage jobs, and they can't support childcare and early care right now because they only meet 2 out of 3, and the wages is not one of them. So that's a really awful feeling. And then I see that Alexa shared the childcare employment study and out of Berkeley, and there is an article that was just released within the week, and I was at a Teachers Voice convening in late January, made it there before everything happened, and from women, ended up being all women from all over the country, and I can say that Minnesota is actually trying to take action right now. It may seem far away from where we need to get, but if we're actually, compared to other places, we're really working towards it. So that's hopeful for me, and I just hope the momentum keeps going.
Wonderful. Lori, you want to wrap up this question for us?
Yeah, I think COVID has served to exacerbate what we have long known to be true, that caregiving across the lifespan is really a public health issue. And so as we look at how we can work together to push for stronger and more responsive systems to help family caregivers, I think that's important. I'm a big believer in supporting staff. One of the best things that you can do is to help them find work-life balance, and you do that through flexibility. And so I think, this has been a great forum to really bring together the whole lifespan of caregiving, and I thank you for that. And if we can all work together to really strengthen the family leave policies of employers, I think that would be a big step in helping family caregivers.
Well, thanks so much.